Gump meeting is a horrible timing. Belgium, Kazakhstan is in 45 minutes as well.
What football?
Let's see if
Or
I
for
can
those
manage to watch.
Americans, soccer.
There's
No American in
Americans
here. Oh, there is.
But
Hello.
wait. Oh yeah, he is.
Oh,
Yeah, because
yeah. I don't know how many people have Minecraft, but we've also set up a little mini court thing in our Minecraft server. So we're currently just all sitting in there, getting ready.
Okay,
and looking dumb.
can someone put me in 3, please?
In what?
Game mode 3. Thank you.
You're sitting on top of it.
Oh, 6 viewers.
So, Dreamus, you in this Minecraft server?
What are you doing, Jason?
I wanted to see if I could sit in the ground.
No.
No, I'll check your TeamSpeak DMs. Oh, oh, I'm loving the Union Jack skin. Okay, we'll start this 10 past, so 3 minutes. We're going to kind of explain everything as we go along.
You would even check.
Hello, Evo. Glad you could make it.
Oh, I just wanted to hear a few minutes while I was on my strike at work.
Okay.
Don't receive, there you go.
So this is kind of how it's going to go down. So we're going to do our little argument between, you know, the defense and the prosecution, and then at the end we're going to have everyone vote on whether or not I should be getting a gump. I don't actually genuinely believe that I should be getting a gump for this, so that's why we're having this court.
User joined your channel.
Stop trying to wiggle your way out of the gump. You've done that too much.
No, I'm definitely innocent, me.
Could everyone use the sit command, or is it only admin?
If I may make one,
I could use it.
You're a bit quiet, Evo. You're muffled.
We can't hear you, Evo.
Is this better at all?
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yep. You've been a big gump as of recently, with a good handful of minor issues that have stacked up to something worthy of the, stoic honor of the Gump Medal. I believe that, you've earned this prestigious award, and that it would look very beautiful on your dossier, representing the gumpiness of late.
Oh, I definitely don't think so. We're also accept votes from Twitch chat as well. So the live streams that we have right now going on are also going to be voting, and we're going to count them up and then see if I am going to be getting a gump or not. Since Evo will not be able to stay here long, I will also be the judge and make sure everything's in order and announce the case, of course.
You're not the judge.
That doesn't sound fair at all.
Well, no.
Yeah.
The jury will be voting whether or not I'm innocent or guilty, so the judge really has no power.
Good. Wait a second.
Objection.
Okay, whoever's looking at my stream,
Volume
what's
on
it
the-
looking like?
I can't open it. It wants me to download an app.
Even if I open it in the browser, I can see it. Not sure
Yeah.
what's up with that.
Your link is broken. Dreamus, apparently there's audio problems on the Tor chat, Tor
Oh,
TV
okay.
stream. The audio is quiet, apparently.
Let's see if we max it up.
User joined your channel.
Oh, don't worry, Eva. This is being recorded several times. That's a long delay. Jeez.
Then oh, you have the dragon head on you decoded.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
Wait, is that a cell cat?
I'm gonna remove that bell in a minute.
I don't have audio and it still annoys me.
Right. Let me just get some document up first. I can follow the structure. Right. Court is now in session. Minecraft court Xylem against the people of Minecraft for charges of killing all entities in all loaded chunks on the Minecraft server. I plead innocent. We'll now accept opening statements. So I'll go first in some defense. And I'm going to say that I am innocent of these crimes, okay? I may have done it, but it was all in good faith. It was all down to Jason spawning a ridiculous amount of entities that caused the server to lag. And I think I shouldn't be the one on trial here.
Okay. I think we're all in agreement that we believe that you are the root cause of these issues. We do have logs, which I think you'll show a little bit later on, but we can see some fiddling with the commands and users. We can hear Jason's side later on.
Okay. So, if that's the case, then prosecution can now discuss their case.
Okay. We have had previous issues with commands and people getting in the logs. We do have a witness confession, if anyone would like to have a look at it. I'll send it over to you if you would like to have a look.
Post the link.
And this is just one of many confessions he has given over the past 48 hours. This is just one that's been captured with audio. Going back to the notes, we've also had an issue with a server that was over 24 hours without any user permissions, which is just one of many issues we've come up recently. He has forgotten to save the server on different occasions, which has caused issues with backlogging and getting people's items. Lots of corrupted chunks. I know we have a few witnesses. We do have some previous members and current members who can give evidence for this as well. He has crashed the server multiple times in various different ways, very creative of him, and his world edit skills could be improved upon. I think he may have some funny stories with that, but I think that's one of many more issues. And this main case that we're discussing today is the fact that he killed all the entities in loaded chunks about 24 hours ago.
Right. Firstly, for what Niall has said, okay, she was talking about how I've done some bad things with this version of Minecraft. Well, I'll have you know that this has been one of the most unstable builds of Minecraft recently. I mean, the amount of problems, the amount of plugins that don't work, everything is just terrible, right? And firstly, I am not to blame for the entities dying, okay? That was all in good faith because of Jason spawning a ridiculous amount of entities, as I previously stated. Now, I have the logs on that fateful day, the 6th of the 6th, 2019. Let me get the links. Here is the general log. This one is a highlight of the log. And this one is a condensed version of the log. I've just posted a wrong one, hang on. That one's supposed to be... Wait, are they the same? Yeah, that one. Anyway, on the condensed version of the log, right, I'm going to go step by step on what happened on that day, right? At 15:29:42, you can see that Jason Hart has gone into creative mode. Here, you have unwieldy power on what you can spawn, build, and break. Okay? You can then
User
see
joined your channel.
40 seconds later, there is a warning from the server saying that it's currently 5.8 seconds behind because of the amount of lag that there is on the server. It's quite bad. You can even see here later on 15:41:04 and 15:41:07 that I am also suffering really badly from lag. And then other players here like Nakamura are lagging 15:41:29. So here I then start to diagnose the problem. So I have to see if there's actually lag on the server. So I do something called TPS, which tells me the ticks per second. Now, if the ticks per second is 20, that means that there is actually lag on the server. So I've done this command, butcher. Now, this is pretty much the highlight of what's gone wrong here. Now, I'm not too sure if you know this, but there is a law. This law is known as the Good Samaritan Law, and it states that if you do not know what you're doing, but you still do it in good intention, you should not be prosecuted for that crime, in the UK at least. Which is why, when I did these butcher commands, I believed I was getting rid of the main source of the problem, which was these entities being spawned. So, in this command there is a prefix you have to use, which goes from all the way to A to F, which is why you can see that I go from A, B, C, D, E, and F. That, unfortunately, caused all of the entities that were currently loaded in the server to be killed. And it's all because of Jason, not me.
Okay, thank you for that. Just going off what he had said, I'm going to go back over a little bit. We're going to go, yes, server fixes have been updated, but in the past few couple of days, people have been noticing that there has been less and less issues. The only issues we have been caused now is usually plugins on the server made by yourself or updated by yourself, so it's never root cause of the problem, is the fiddling with the plugins, but fair enough, at the time you weren't using plugins, it was more of a command choice, but that's something to keep in mind. The logs, yes, they are pretty accurate with what's happening on the server, but I have noticed in the past that it doesn't always recreate the story of what was actually happening, and if you were in channel you would have heard the screams of the people who found out all their animals and villagers were murdered by Xylem. I believe there was miscommunication between users at this time. That might have been the reason why there were two different sides of the story a little bit here. But I do believe he was the staff officer in charge, and he has been the person who has been taking part in all the changes for the server, and he's been a member in TAW since 2016, so he does know a fair amount of Minecraft because he's been in Minecraft most of his time here. So I do believe it might have been a mistake, but it seemed to be a coincidence with everything else he's been doing and previous issues. Thank you.
Right. I have an objection to that. The plugins that are being used, I've never had a list officially dictating what each playlist does. Plugin does. one of these plugins is causing a problem with the villagers, which is why the villager that was spawned, well, the entity that was spawned the most that caused the lag was a villager. Now, that's technically my fault, but also Evo is kind of to blame on that because he is the person that has been coming up with all the different kinds of plugins that we should be using on the server. If you do the command /plugins, you'll see that we currently have 13 different plugins that are installed on the server. Now that's 13 different instances in which I'd have to unload every plugin and reload it. I think you should also find as well that when we were running this test, unloading these plugins, usually a good way to find out, if something's not working is probably like, 1 or 3 instances of it, so you can get like a mean of it not working. But Jason decided to spawn about 40 or 50 different villagers. And I think if I get a gump today, then Jason should also get a gump for lagging the server.
Okay, you heard it there. We do have some witnesses who are currently in channel at the time. So in a minute we'll ask them to speak up and give their accounts of the story. I believe, is Ace in his channel? No? Okay.
He's on the way.
No problem. Just going over, we'll see what people in the channel say, because at this time, it was mass genocide, as people said, killing all entities, and these have been in for quite a while. These are people have interacted with, used. They might have hunted down. It's hard work trying to get some of these items, and sometimes bringing them back into play is never as easy. So we shall hear from their side of the story. So who would like to go first, given their...
Sorry.
I could.
Buddy joined your channel.
Go for it.
Well, when the incident happened, I was at one of the villages I had set up, since someone was trying to fix a issue with this version of Minecraft of the villagers not actually doing what they should be doing. So I was checking on them if they... Oh, thank you for that. So I was checking if they had fixed the issue. It hadn't. So when Xylem just pretty much said that he would what's it called? Try something. And he basically tried fixing it by killing everything. So I lost all the villagers in that village, including a very good one with a new enchantment called Mending that is very, very hard to get. And that's it for me right now.
Okay, does he have any questions to ask you? Nope, no questions? Okay. Xylem, do you have any witnesses for your side of the story?
I do not. Actually, no, I do. Sorry. Jason, I would like you to state how many villagers there were currently spawned on my base. In your eyes, an estimate.
I spawned them in a 3-3 area, so
Contained. So.
about 12-ish.
And were members made aware these commands were going ahead? Or did you just put the command in straight away?
I did announce. But this 3x3 area, there was definitely more than one person per block in there. There was about 5 or 10-ish. So Jason is being a perjurer.
I did say 3-3. You know how to count, yeah?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. In the 3x3 area then, how many villagers were spawned in that area? By your estimates. You were the one pressing the right click.
I already told you, 12-ish.
12.
But they started breeding.
Which meant more entities. Yep, I've got no further questions.
Okay, no worries. Just discussing on what had actually happened on that time. were there any other options available? What did you have a process thinking through what other ways you could have helped this event out? Like, how would you reduce of using that command? There must have been other possibilities. Do you have anything to say about that?
Who's this question directed at?
Yourself.
Wasn't. Not to my knowledge. Using a sword would have meant that the lag would have still kept on for quite a bit, and possibly a server crash. And if that were to happen, there's an autosave feature on the crash, so that would have meant that the world save would have been corrupted, which would be even worse.
Do you think a sword, if you'd used a manual sword on killing some of the villagers at a time, you'd think there'd be more lag? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that the lag might have caused a crash, and if I didn't get to kill them all at the time, then that might have meant that the world save would spawn something in that's or load something in that's constantly lagging and crashing, which would have been a pretty bad thing to have.
Okay, so that's sort of worst case scenario, even though we've had much worse crashes in the previous week. But okay, we're fine with that.
Yeah, but not a corrupted save.
User joined your channel.
Don't know. I think genocide and killing entities is much worse. But we shall discuss. Anyone else who was in channel at the time who'd like to give their account of the story?
Okay, he did tell us he was going to do it. However, he said it should only affect the ones that he was going after.
Do you have any evidence of this?
No, I do not, and we don't have any
but then,
evidence
to
of
be
Jason's
honest-
stuff either, but hey, word of mouth.
Then to be honest, you should have added distance to the butcher command. Reduce the chance of all the entities being destroyed.
I didn't realize that there was no default radius set in the command. I didn't realize it was global scale.
That's okay. It's a misjudgment. But to get made to the main point, you caused the issue, and this is one of many issues we have caused. So this is the main reason why we'd like to give you a gump. And even though we have this court case to discuss this one main issue, it is in fact because we think you are a hilarious member who does create hilarious issues, even if it's just about the server or other games. And I think many will agree that this is well deserved. So thank you.
I don't think I should be getting a gun, but
I had a bit.
You had a bit.
Go for it.
Before Xylem put in his command, I actually down lava to kill them. But since the server was lacking, it would have taken probably a few minutes.
A little bit miscommunication there. That's fair enough.
So you could see where my worries were, for certain.
And did you try anything to fix this issue afterwards, or?
We tried looking at the backup, but the server technician didn't have a backup of any recent days, which meant that the current backup that we had on the back end was a couple days behind.
And did you compensate players afterwards?
We did.
User joined your channel.
I should reinstate.
He didn't. Jackson did, for me at least.
I should reinstate what my job is. I'm an SO. I shouldn't. I'm not the guy. Oh God, I'm not the guy in charge of server maintenance.
So you shouldn't have used the command.
Ah, she nailed you.
So it was the server technician's job to fix what he had caused, rather than you taking over. Is that what we're saying?
Not necessarily. I have been put in charge by Evo to maintain and currently update the server before the end of this month, which is why I've currently been doing all these different things, which has left the server a bit, corrupted.
Okay, but this one particular issue wasn't a server update. It was a command that crashed entities, which shouldn't have been used at the time.
It technically was an update, because we were trying to diagnose the problem with the villagers.
Okay, even though it was being handled by Jason, who is the server technician.
Yep, and he's the one who caused the lag.
You caused the lag after the command, which everyone has stated.
No, it wasn't. No, there was no afterwards lag.
He is correct.
Yeah, for a little bit actually.
Okay, so the lag was when he had put down the entities beforehand.
The lag was solely responsible for Jason and ended with me.
Okay, but the lag isn't the main issue, is the fact that all the entities were destroyed in the loaded chunks, correct?
Because of the lag.
Right, okay.
See, it's the server technician job to be a technician of the server. They should be, backing up the world saves and making sure that they know what they're doing and not spawning, more than 3 villages and causing them to multiply.
So what you're saying is,
Can I add
two
something?
people deserve gumps today.
Ace?
I want to add something to what you were just saying.
Go for it.
Okay. If you look at the log, you could see that there is a period before the command that there was the server was ticking behind the TPS, and right after Xylem did the command, it was solved. So in that period, something happened, and we can assume that in that time, Jason put the villagers down, and they multiplied, and everything happened. So Xylem might have misused the command, but it did solve the log. So I don't think the gump should be given on this particular event, or just give the both of them gumps. Either way, like it was a mess up of the both of them.
It's either I get no gump, we both get a gump.
I have questions for defense.
Go ahead.
Xylem, was your server nation aware that all the entities would cause this?
Yes, I was currently screaming in the TeamSpeak when this was happening, screaming at Jason, going, "Why have you spawned so many?" Everybody knew what was happening because the people currently on there was Mora, Jason, me, and hang on, let me just refer to the log.
I didn't hear any screaming in the TeamSpeak channel when this happened.
It's a figure of speech.
I said, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, but you weren't screaming, so.
There were 5 players: Nick the Giant, Richard or Nakamura, Twikrik, Jason, and me. They did know that there was lag, and they did know that I was in distress.
User left your channel.
If they knew why I was in distress, that's not clear.
Did you know that your command would ruin everything as well? Or that it might ruin everything?
No, I had no idea that it would. We recently installed World Edit, which has altered the butcher command. So in World Edit, it's now turned to global, but if you remove World Edit, Essentials also has the same command. And in there you can actually...
Question?
Okay.
Who added the World Edit to the server? Without
World Edit's
checking
always
what
been
it
in
does.
there. World Edit's always in there. It was currently disabled for about a week because of it spamming the console.
Then
with error
who
messages.
re-enabled it?
I did.
Question.
Go ahead.
Is that true that you left the server after you ran the command and left Jason to restart the server? According to the logs.
That is correct.
Ouch.
Which would not
According
be
to
an
the
issue
logs,
as
you
as
asked for a damage report, and then you left the server, and Jason needed to restart it.
I was on the back end. He didn't do the restart command, I did.
I see the log. Log doesn't lie.
If
Okay,
you
any
look on...
questions?
Hang on, if you look on the
Okay.
highlight of the log... hang on. 4416. There is no in-game command that says that the server's restarting, so there's no like /restart. So yeah, it was me on the back end that restarted it. This is when I checked the backups and realized that the last backup was not since the 4th, and the current date was the 6th.
Okay, any further questions?
There's one by Winchat. Winchat says, has Xylem ever done this before or killed teammates? Have I ever killed a bunch of entities before through negligence of a command? No, I have not. If we're using a literal sense, then Richard should also be killed. Oh, killed? Oh no, he should be given a gump. Not Richard, Nakamura. Nakamura should also be given a gump because on the uncondensed log, the log of that day, you can see him kill me multiple times with his overpowered bow.
And the reason is because you are not wearing armor. And you laugh about as much as I do when I kill you, so.
And those, just saying about the Gump medal who should be awarded for those repeatedly killing, I can confirm that people in TAW have had Gump medals for all sorts of reasons. That is just one main point. But the main basis of the Gump that we think Xylem should have today is because of multiple occasions that may have different outcomes, but there are multiple occasions that we have collected, and many members from previous TAW members on Minecraft and previous on here have agreed with that.
Is there any more questions?
So who's all joining Minecraft Division?
Right, if there's no more questions, me and Nala, so it's not biased, are going to go into a different channel, and we're going to leave it to you guys to vote on what should happen. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll give you 5 minutes to discuss this between yourselves, and then we're going to come back. Well, actually, not 5 minutes. We'll give you about 2 minutes to discuss it, and then we'll come back and we will get a vote.
Sounds good.
Okay, Zara, checking down.
User was
No,
moved
checking
out of
down.
your channel. User left your channel.
I would like to start. I agree with JW. It's not a consistent thing. I don't think you should get a gun for it. I mean, he did something stupid. It's not something that happened before, like this event, and it was for a good cause. Like the rule says, it was constant stability to team kill their teammates, and doing so jeopardizing the success of the attack or strategy. If you apply it to Minecraft, he was only trying to help. He didn't have the motive to make the server lag or crash it or whatever. He tried to fix the lag issue. Yeah, was something stupid occurred while he did a command? Yes, but it's not consistent, and it wasn't from a bad behavior. Yeah, okay. So that's what I think.
To give some context as well, like on a gump. I mean, gumps can be awarded, like, gump doesn't need to be a bad thing. Like, gump can be awarded for something funny, and like, Arma usually gives out gumps for example, if someone manages to blow up a teammate or EDT, and like, it's never with ill intent, you know? Like, it's just something that happened by mistakes and etc. And in this scenario where he's actually killed off several entities by mistake, I would say it qualifies. But I mean,
fair enough.
A little
but
side note on that as well from me. I have a gump that I got for not for anything in game related. Only I requested a discharge, which I did, but I was waiting on TeamSpeak for my DC to come back online after because I had changed my mind. So as I was waiting, I got kicked and discharged. The DC joined 10 minutes later. So I got a gump for not even anything in-game related.
I've got given a gump for just mentioning a gump.
Oh,
yeah. So, James?
Sorry, what did you say?
You don't need like to have like the ability to kill teammates and stuff like that. It's just the fun that comes out of the medal, like, and what has been done with it. Like the example for Warlon over here. I mean, the ability to discharge yourself. I mean,
User was moved. User joined your channel.
It's evolved. It's definitely evolved from what is in policy. And mine wasn't consistent repeated ones. I have two gumps. They're both for single unrelated incidents. You know, I remember when a CIC got a gump for sending out a tall-wide email. A guy won a contest. His name was Hey Man, Nice Shot. Well, he accidentally fat-fingered the O and shot and sent it tall-wide. You can imagine how that went over.
Guilty.
And he got a gump. It was a one-time incident. So though I get the way it's written in policy, it's evolved from that over the years, and it is something stupid. Mine, I just accidentally deleted server files off of our gaming server. We needed them for practice that night. I was in the middle of backing them up. I deleted instead of backed up.
Is it?
So, well, to come back on this though, I think they're both guilty. Jason and Xylem are actually guilty. I mean, I think Jason is guilty by spawning all those entities, and by Jason providing all those entities, Xylem had to put him down, and technically Jason provided all those bodies.
I do want
But
to
it was the
clarify,
final command that was the problem, right?
I want to clarify. I was in the process of killing them with lava when he did the command.
Right.
So he was basically cleaning up his own mess while Xylem started to intervene.
And anyone who didn't look at the log, Xylem like tried like 6 different commands to do that. I think you deserve a gun.
Because he apparently doesn't know what commands does what.
I would agree. He
But the
deserves.
server technician most likely does know what he's doing.
It definitely didn't.
Okay, so do we have a final conclusion for this trial?
No.
There are currently 17 votes, but we have 21 people. Oh, there's
18.
18 now.
18 votes.
Okay.
We have 21 people.
Please put me in survival real quick. Thank you.
Evil is AFK, by the way, to include him.
Someone decided to put a TNT block, behind me.
No.
No, you are not blowing up my base.
No, I'm not blowing up your base. There should be water in the middle.
No. That part I understand. Someone put it in the back of the wall.